quick injury update. Christian Darrisaw was ruled out with a concussion. Obviously, second concussion in a couple weeks. We're going to be extra cautious with him moving forward, and he will more than likely, and I can say he won't be playing on Thursday. Blacklock got a stinger. We'll see how he turns over, but outside of that, just a night where we didn't play well in any phase of our football team. Didn't coach well enough, didn't play well enough. This is not going to be the last time we have to respond after an emotional win to come back and play the next week with much more energy. We got to coach better, like I said, play better across the board, but a huge opportunity for our team to really look inward. We expect to really only in these tough times to be able to rely on our locker room, our players, and our coaches. And we'll be right back here in 4 days with an opportunity to get this taste out of our mouth. But you got to give credit to the Dallas Cowboys. They came in and dominated in every phase of the football game. And we've got to learn from this. We've got to use this as an opportunity to grow as a football team and handle adversity the right way. And like I said, 4 days from now, we'll get that opportunity against a really good football team right back here at US Bank Stadium.
Kevin, do you think there was a hangover from last Sunday?
I don't know. I just know we had a good week of preparation, and it didn't translate to us playing our style of football in any way, shape, or form. I thought we were sloppy. I thought there were too many penalties. The early turnover, even though the defense was able to hold to a field goal, we then drive back down and have a chance to put 7 on the board, and we only get 3. And then it just felt like from there, then on out, we were just reaching for momentum. Instead of doing the things that we've done, whether trailing or with the lead throughout this season, we didn't do any of those things tonight. And I think we've got to really look inward. We've got to look to these next 2 or 3 days and try to turn these guys over. That was one of the reasons why we tried to start getting guys out of there when the result was really not in question anymore. We've got to find a way. We're an 8-2 football team. There's going to be a lot of narratives about our team that we can or can't control, or we really can't control. We know that. We just got to look inward to our locker room. I felt I felt all along we've got the right kind of guys. We've got the right coaching staff. I do believe that we will respond to this the right way. But at this point in the season, November comes, and sometimes you can get hit in the mouth. This league has a way of humbling any football team at any point in time if you don't play good football. And we did not tonight. And we've got to learn from this and make sure we move forward in the right direction and really trust that we're going to handle this response the right way.
Why do you think, Kevin, they were so effective rushing the passer, 7 sacks?
Well, that's what they do. And I thought we didn't do much. We tried to get the run game going early, and then we faced some third downs. Whether they were manageable or not, Kirk was under duress. And then when you lose your left tackle early on in the game, sometimes you can try to move that hard down around, and they just kept finding ways to affect Kirk. I thought our guys our receivers did a nice job for the most part against a pretty good secondary of trying to get separation and trying to win on the perimeter. We just could not find those stacked plays together to truly gain the momentum that you have to do when you're playing a good football team. This will be a good test for us. To understand that we did not play our best, even close to it, and can we respond in the right way and really try to look inward to a player, to a coach, and I'll be right out in front doing that. I didn't coach well enough tonight. I didn't coach well enough for our team, and we got outplayed, and luckily you get 17 opportunities in this league, and we'll look back on this one and we'll be able to see how we handled it moving forward, which will ultimately tell the story of our 2022 season. But we're not going to let this affect us other than make sure we know tonight wasn't good enough and we got to get a lot better in a hurry, looking at Thursday as a real great opportunity to get right back at it.
You should have run the ball a little bit more early on before it got out of hand?
A couple of those drives there, we ran it on first and second down, first drive of the game, and then have that third, and I think it was a 3rd and 4, 3rd and 3, whatever it was. We end up taking a sack there, and the ball comes out. Then we got the next possession, we moved the ball pretty consistently. Good balance, good mixture. And then ultimately, just not good enough. I don't know if running it a couple more snaps would have changed tonight's output. We only had 50. I think we only had 54 plays total, and that includes once we've pulled our guys there in the fourth quarter. So just not enough offensively to sustain and take the pressure off our defense. And then coming out of the second half, when we were hoping to try to just get one stop and respond and see if we could go down and score a touchdown, we didn't do either of those things offensively or defensely.
When Ezra Cleveland left also, was that an injury that he
No, he ended up coming out there, and then we decided he should be okay.
And on Darisaw, like obviously you mentioned this week, but when it's 2 in 2 weeks, do you have concern for longer term than just this 5 days here?
My concern is just about CD and making sure that he'll be in the protocol like he was last week. He checked all those boxes going into tonight. And ultimately we'll make sure this is one of our best players with a long-term future here, and we're going to make sure that CD is absolutely, like we did this week, but we'll make sure he's absolutely ready to roll when that time comes.
While he's out, do you have to think about doing anything different with the configuration of the offensive line, or do you just roll with it as?
We'll take a look at it. I'll talk to Coach Coop and Wes Phillips, and we'll just take a look at our game plan, how we see ourselves trying to play this game on Thursday, knowing that it's a tight turnaround. There's not going to be a lot of time for full speed reps or development. We've just got to go out and give our guys the best possible plan, and they've got to be ready to go execute against a really good football team that's going to come in here and play good football. We cannot the penalties, and obviously we had the one turnover, but we got to force more turnovers. We got to just force more plays defensively to go our way, and then offensively we've got to find a way to make things happen and be that momentum grabbing side when we need to in some of these games.
Defensively, what did you feel like they were doing just to challenge you guys early and then throughout?
Defensively, the Dallas defense, they were physical up front. And they were able to kind of get us on some of those known passing situations and force negative plays. You can have all the route concepts you want to dial up there, but none of that really matters if your quarterback can't go through those progressions. And it was just one of those nights where the tough down moved around, and we kind of took turns up front. We took turns at different positions on our offense, skill players included. Had just an uncharacteristic performance by our offense, and I think we've got to try to find a way to eliminate some of those self-inflicted wounds, some of those penalties, some of those things that even when you're trying to gain momentum in a game, you do, and you're going to be playing right into the way that team wants to play defense over there.
Did Kirk come through the game okay physically?
He did. Yeah, he's such a competitor. He wanted to stay in the game and continue to play, but with 4 days away being what it is, we wanted to make sure once that we'll always try to continue to fight. We will never give up on any game, but we've got to be smart about our team, understanding where we're at with 8 wins and a tight turnaround here. But I thought Kirk tried to battle tonight. It was a very tough night to play quarterback out there. We've got to do some things to help him any way, shape, or form we can. Running the ball more, obviously something that we'll look to do once we establish ourselves in these games. We've got to find ways to just generate more opportunities, more plays. Can we convert on third down? 1 of 11 is not good enough. That's not going to win you a lot of games with the type of offense that we have. We need opportunity. We need plays, and it just didn't go our way tonight.
Some of the players were saying that maybe it's not all that bad to be playing Thursday to get the bad taste out of their mouth so quickly. Would you concur with that?
I do. I challenged them when we came back in. We know it wasn't good enough tonight. They know. We've got the right team in that locker room, the right group of guys. We've got great leadership. They know. They know we didn't play better. We didn't play well enough. We didn't coach well enough. Nothing across the board was good enough tonight. And like I said, the best thing is we get 4 days from now an opportunity to come out and try to get back on track. And I believe we'll do the things we need to do, control what we can control, and ultimately band together close as ever to come out here and try to get a win on Thursday.
They had 6 of their 7 sacks with just a 4-man rush.
Yep.
What did they do to get home, and how much tougher does it make it when they're able to get home?
Well, I think they won some. We were trying to do some things to help on the edges as much as possible, especially when CD went down. And then we would have, there would be some interior penetration, and then trying to maybe help interior-wise, make sure the slide's going the right way. Then there was some issues on the perimeter as well. And some of those sacks did not come on third down. Some of them came, on play passes where you're trying to protect and try to give Justin and Adam a chance to work down the field. And we just didn't give an opportunity for those plays to happen. So whether it was our play pass protection, whether it was our execution in the screen game to try to slow down the rush, or just across the board, even when we did get some completion plays going, earn a couple first downs, then there'd be a penalty or a negative play to put us behind the stick. So just not good enough across the board, Ben.
Kevin, with Darisaw, do you take a look at whether you guys might have missed something, or
No.
100% sure he was clear?
Yep, he was through the whole protocol as is, and everything was done medically speaking in the best interest of CD, and he was ready to go tonight. But there was actually an impact, to his helmet, to his head and neck area that, kind of, caused him to immediately be pulled out of the game.
Was that his last play of that sack?
Yes.
Overall, how do you
Kevin,
evaluate?
the narratives that you referenced earlier, do you think those are fair narratives about this team?
You know what? I don't think we can get concerned with those things. I just know each and every week in this league is another opportunity to really prove who you are. As a football team, I don't think we did that tonight. I don't think we gave ourselves a chance to compete. Like I said, we've got a lot of things on a short week to try to get right, Kevin, and I don't really know any other way than to go back to work and really accept this result. I think it's important that we accept this result and understand when you can look to a man and coach and player and say we just weren't good enough. That allows you to move forward, but we got to accept it first and foremost. Even on a short week, correct some of the things that we can correct, and then make sure that we're doing everything we can to turn these guys over, build a great plan for them. Even on a short week, the expectation is going to be that we come out here and play well in 4 days.
Overall, how would you evaluate TJ through his first 3 weeks with you guys?
Yeah, I think he's had a really nice impact on our offense. You'd have loved to come down with that red zone target early in the game. He's made a lot of plays for us already. He'll make a ton of plays for us moving forward. We're very, very lucky to have TJ, and we'll continue to just build his comfort in our offense and all the different facets of how we play, because he's learning on the fly right now. We're trying to get him as comfortable as possible, and we'll continue to do that because he's one of our weapons on offense, and we're lucky to have him.
Kevin, what do you think Dallas did to create so much strain on your defense?
I think they got their run game going. I think they got some timely third down conversions. I thought that some of those runs where they turned maybe a 3 or 4 yard gain into 7 or 8 by just running hard and physical, the physicality at which they played with on the line of scrimmage. And then I thought Dak made some big time plays. That third down touchdown coming out of the half, getting the double move there to the back. A play we've run before in some capacity to score as well, and they just go out and execute, and that's still got to be a great pitch and catch in that moment. They've got to protect. We've got to find a way to get a little more pressure, try to tighten up on the back end. It's really a little bit of everything tonight, and as a head coach of a team that experiences a game like this, it's ultimately on me to make sure that we go back and fix the things we can, control what we can control. But ultimately, this is a challenge. This is going to be an unbelievable challenge for our team. 4 days from now, we'll be right back here, like I said, against a good football team. And I'm willing to put everything we got into this game on a short week. And I trust our guys and what we've built here to respond the right way. Thanks, guys.